Hello and welcome to the bonus part of Irradian Awakening. I was doing bonus parts for the character events, however Irradian Awakening is kind of a character event, even if it's like a main story event. And I kind of like the idea of going through their files slowly but surely for the dolls, the nominate dolls that we are going with. So we start with the normal Hubble that we got at the start of our journey in Oasis. The name is Hubble, type PSRA, astronomy researcher, and 42 lab company. The PSRA model doll, specializing in astronomy, cosmology, and astrophysics, was created by the 42 labs, in cooperation with the renowned astronomer Dr. Vera, assigned by the World Astronomical Research Union, WARU. Hubble, the first PSRA model doll, was created in 2057. Astronomy was regarded as an inferior discipline in that time, and our time now too, and Hubble was not picked among the first group of testing dolls for Project NeuroCloud. Thanks to her frail personal support, Hubble was given a second chance to pass the test to enter democracy. First doll profile. Hubble holds a fascination with all kinds of fantasy and science fiction stories, possibly influenced by her research topic. The wonderful way she perceives and contemplates the universe are unseen even in humans. A typical example of what would be her great interest in astrology, a mystical discipline traditionally considered superstitious and to be the antithesis of science. Scientists are expected to use simple expressions. Hubble, on the other hand, prefer to convey her ideas with images, evoking expressions, both in life and in work. Hubble's poetic words, but a different spin of others' mundane life. That is not why she has many friends in 42 labs. The other dolls all love and enjoy talking with Hubble, even if sometimes her words are too abstract for them to understand. Profile 2. Dr. Vera, Hubble's immediate manager, adores her and shares sci-fi novels with her. Hubble often provides Vera with a variety of insightful critiques from an unusual perspectives, which she has never received from other dolls. Vera and Hubble collaborate on a short story once, a fantasy tale about the birth development and extinction of an entire galaxy system. They anonymously posted it on their 42 Labs internal forum, making their learning of astronomy be all the rage among those residents. And it was certainly a story that brought Fresnel and Hubble together.
42ラボだろうとどこだろうと会議中に眠たくなるのは普通じゃない
After she wakes up, be in 42 lab or elsewhere, isn't it normal to feel sleepy during meetings like this? Voice 2.
光を放つ何千何万という星々の中に生命の旋律と脈動を感じる。そして明々とした闇に潜む揺るぎない意志も。
Among the millions of stars that shine, I can feel the melodious pulsation of life and an unshakable will that lurks in the darkness. Doll Profile 3. Contrary to popular belief, Hubble's divergent thinking and romantic inclinations may not always be a bone. they may occasionally cause her some trouble. Once immersed in her fantasy world, Hubble speaks like a computer infected with viruses, frequently sporting obscure or even ominous saying that she is utterly unaware of. Due to her divergent paradigm, Hubble is averse to the lab's rigid rules, especially those seminars that involve several hours of sitting. I'm so grateful that Miss Hubble could show me around. I learned a lot from her patient and kind guidance. We also attend a seminar. I was nervous at first, but I quickly relaxed when I saw Miss Hubble doze off. Miss Hubble then slipped me out of the meeting and took me to the observatory to stargaze. I had the impression that researchers were all solemn folks, but Miss Hubble proved me wrong. The tour was fantastic. 42 labs open day review later. The voice third.
本棚には2500冊の書籍と5000冊のノート、それから12000枚のラフがあるの。私が生まれた時から今に至るまでの観測と研究の成果ね。あの大きな望遠鏡はヨーロッパのとある天文学博物館からいただいたもので、戦火から逃れてきたところを私が引き取ったの。
On my bookshelves, I have a lot of books, even more notebooks, and even more rough sketches. Those are the results of my observations and research from the time I was born until now. That big telescope is from an astronomy museum in Europe. I took it with me when I escaped from war. Doll Profile 4. Whether there are people, there are power struggles. Hubble's lab has a small research budget due to the low priority of the subject and its impracticability. Despite this, there are some important individuals who seek to take advantage of the lab. In situations like that, Hubble fearlessly speaks up before Vera can say anything. Her popularity and good image enable her to resolve the majority of those issues. Despite her differences, Hubble never abandoned her passion for astronomy. In addition to her desires to travel the cosmos, Hubble wants to believe that the vast beyond in the universe is destination for all humans and sentient beings. Doll Voice 4.
ロマン主義と神秘主義こそがこの世界の本質なのかもね。一部のリアリストたちは口を揃えて否定するけど、本当は彼らが正しいのかもしれない。でもそんな考え方じゃ生きていてもつまらないと思わない？未知なる領域への好奇心や探求心がなかったら、人類がここまで発展することもなかっただろうし。
Perhaps romanticism and mysticism are what this world is all about. Some realists will deny it. And maybe they are correct. But don't you think their way of thinking is too boring? Humanity would not have been able to develop to this level without their curiosity and inquisitiveness about the unknown. And nearing to the end. Doll Profile 5. Even since her arrival in Magracia, Hubble was unable to conduct her astronomical observation beyond the oasis. Due to physical restrictions and limited operands for non-emergency projects, she had to construct her own observatory from the ground up. Fortunately, with Preston's assistance, she was able to put everything together after much work. They also managed to build a holographic room that mimics the universe. It serves as a scientific research lab, as well as a place for dolls to unwind after tiring missions. Hubble is often seen walking in the room, sometimes jotting down her observation, sometimes engrossed in her thoughts in front of the ever-changing constellations. After she leaves, intriguing, sparkling jewels are frequently found anew. I didn't realize it was already past visiting hours. When I pushed the door open, I saw Fresnel put a gem on a planet. That blue gem was a perfect match with the planet's color. Research interview records from Observatory Mimic Room. And we end this with Doll's Voice 5.
もし教授が良ければここに残っていかない？今夜100年に一度と言われる彗星が近くを通るの。私、あなたと二人でその奇跡を静かに見守りたい。
You stay here with me tonight, Professor. Tonight, a once-in-a-century comet will be passing close to the Earth. Let us silently witness this miracle together. He speaks in very, very romantic ways. Now that concludes the Hubble that we knew. Now proceed to the Hubble that we have to know. Darkstar Hubble. Astronomy researcher, entropic, PSRA specialist. The first doll of the PSRA model Hubble, originally a doll designed by 42 Labs for the purpose of astronomy research, was recommended for Project Neural Cloud. After Magra C was affected by entropic's infestation, Hubble has displayed a series of traits and tendencies distinct from her original inclinations. After entropization, Hubble has become affected by phenomena such as scrambled memory data and neural disruptions. Her modules, operandi and thought process have turned towards that of an entropic, which is comparatively unstable and dangerous. However, her core code and combat abilities may be of a great assistance to the others. After intense analysis and risk assessments, PSRA has joined the Oasis under a new codename, Darkstar Hubble. Damn. She's definitely got way stronger. Darkstar Hubble appearance was facilitated by the choices she made in Jushian, the space sector. During the operation in Jushian, Hubble decided to preserve data of the agents preserved in the sector via self-sacrifice. After a series of explorations and rescue missions, the Oasis discovered Hubble, who has survived and was living under the identity of an entropic in Jushian, and successfully retrieved her. In accordance to the entropized Hubble's interpretations of self and other needs, her locked name has been changed to Darkstar Hubble. Since her arrival at the Oasis, the medical and technological departments have conducted multiple studies on her. The results indicate that unlike other agents, whose entropization must be suppressed, Darkstar's Hubble entropization is complete both structurally and fundamentally. As she exists now, she is doubtlessly a true entropic. Due to this, her identity and assignments have yet to be decided at the Oasis. Doll Profile 2. The difference between Darkstar Hubble and a normal agent extends beyond the results of examination. Whether it is her actions, habits, or her internal thoughts process, she is starkly different compared to other dolls and agents. Based on her neural cloud evaluations, the way to describe the state of it is chaos, which data belonging to an entropic and a doll crisscrossing and reaching some form of equilibrium. Whether it's Antonida who holds significant understanding of entropics, or the otherwise experienced medical dolls, no one can easily work with and adjust her neural processes. At the risk of whatever an external hand would result in grievous effect on her neural cloud, is one that not wish to take. The medical department file on her neural health remains in a very rudimentary state. Due to her unique identity and constitution, her existence remains one of the Oz's best kept secret, as Darkstar Hubble is not inclined towards making contact with others. Many of the Oz's agents have little understanding of her past and how she came to be. So she's right now in a secret from Oasis. Doll Voice 1.
また寝ちゃってた。さっきね、夢を見ていたの。錆びた鉄のような赤褐色、やまない歌声、それと遠のいてゆくあなたの背中、地面に散らばるキラキラする宝石たち。変な夢だよね。ずっと見ていたくなる。今日中落ちた星も永遠に眠りにつくのかな。
Did I fall asleep again? I just had a dream of rust brown red shades, an endless song, and I saw your silhouette drifting further and further away, brilliant gem scattered across the realm. What a marvelous dreamscape. One can hardly bring themselves to look away. Professor, tell me, is the end of a star another form of eternal sleep? She still speaks in riddles. Doll Voice 2.
ちゃんと起きてろって。なんだか前よりも難しいな。だんだん眠りと混迷の区別がつかなくなってきてて。心配してくれてるの？大丈夫よ。気分はとってもいいの。暗闇や空洞を怖がることもなくなったし、世界がネビュラみたいに輝いて見える。エントロピーという名の星屑が一塊になって、やがて流れてゆく。その流れに身を委ねろと私にささやきながら、虚無、静寂、夢、幻、私に見えている世界をあなたも見てみたくはない？
Can I stay lucid? It's a more difficult task than before, I must admit. Sleep and stupor are growing more difficult for me to distinguish between. Worried about me? Do not be, Professor. I feel perfectly well. Black holes and tears in reality frighten me no more, and the world itself glistens like a nebulae. The star scarps, known as entropic, flow and wave, calling me towards them. ephemeral, silent, yet fantastical. Would you like to gaze into my world? No, we're not getting an entropized. Doll Profile 3. Different from the entropics commonly seen in Magraseum, the root of Hubble's entropization is the heat-dead entropics, who came into existence at the hall of Drushian's south to complete their research. As a unique subspecies of entropics, their composition differs in select places while remaining largely similar to the other entropics. With Antonida's efforts and Hubble's cooperation, the OSIS has completed its analysis of the entropic core and completed the risk neutralization process relevant to her. The infection nature and hostile tendencies native to entropics have been effectively suspended and converted into a part of the energy source required to keep her conscious. And observed and tested damage inflicted by the Darkstar Hubble will not induce entropics infection, avoiding possible friendly fire situations. After these procedures, she was released from quarantine and began to participate in some day-to-day routine and combat operations. Additionally, the OSIS study of entropics has been accelerated by Darkstar Hubble's cooperation, and the understanding of entropics has advanced greatly in many aspects, including suppression and prevention. However, in regards to the entropics themselves, many questions are yet to be answered. Dollboy 3.
星を見に行くの。メンタルから懐かしい気持ちが溢れてくる。私、一体何を忘れてるんだろう。思い出せなくなっちゃった。遥かなる星空ってとても美しいでしょ。だけど、星たちは遠すぎる。今見えているのは、それらが数億光年も昔に発した光。まるで失われていた私自身のように、いつになったらたどり着けるかもわからない。辛く苦しい時間だったけれど、星の本来あるべき場所をゆっくりと思い出せば、ほんの少し気持ちが穏やかになって、もっと我慢できるようになるの。
Taking me to observe the stars? What nostalgia this summons. Just what have I cast away? I struggle to remember. The faraway stars are beautiful, no? Yet they lie so far away, each and every stand of light they send forth must cross a gap of 1,000 million light years. Not unlike me, unknowing of when I would return. That was an agonizing and burdensome time indeed. But if I slowly think back to the place where each and every star belongs, I find it in myself to be calm, to bear the pain a little better. Doll Profile 4. By the way, in those doll profiles from Darkstar Hubble, we actually get some extended... Like, she was hidden, but now she does a little bit more. Maybe right now we get more of the day-to-day activities in Oasis. Even if she has been a great help to the Oasis, Darkstar still recognizes herself as an entropic, not an agent infected by entropy. As Drushian's dilemma with the heat-dead entropics has already been resolved, Darkstar Hubble stands alone as Magrase's last existing heat-dead entropic. She does not here to the great minds of higher order of entropics, being a unique individual with both agency and self-determination instead. She remains a portion of memories from before interposition, but Darkstar Hubble cannot easily access this memory data, and occasionally suffers mild headache due to conflicting data. She continues to see herself as a researcher of astronomy, but still harbors a deep passion for the relevant fields, even if her perception and assessments of the same things have now largely changed. After reasonable steps were taken to suppress the entropic's instincts, Darkstar Hubble inclinations towards destruction and infection have reduced noticeably, but her thoughts process as an entropic remains the same. She often observes the actions of other agents from far away, comparing the differences in mannerism between entropics and agents, without any intention of socializing with those individuals. An unexpected development, however, is that Darkstar Hubble apparently largely supportive of resetting Hubble. It was gathered that this is due to an intense curiosity towards the version of herself that was an agent. Doll Voice 4.
教授、知ってる？あの星ね、何年も前に死んでいるの。私たちが目にしているのは、弱滅した星の最後の光。え？残念？そうかな。美しいと思うけど。星はいずれも崩壊へと向かっているから。光の一つ一つがいずれ訪れる終焉を意味する。私が死んだ星の残光じゃないってなぜわかるの？ごめんね。また心配させちゃった。平気だよ。私はまだここにいる。少なくとも今は。
Did you know, Professor? Those stars I point out to you most likely died many years ago. What we see is but the remnant light of a now extinct mass. Huh? You think it's unfortunate? Think it's mesmerizing? Each and every star advances toward annihilation, and every beam of light has its end. How are you to know, then, that I am not a remnant of something already dead? Seems like I have made you worry again. Fret not, I'm still here. At least for now. A man of speech, man. Doll Profile 5. After restricting alongside restraining her entropic core, Darkstar Hubble combat's capabilities cannot be compared to what she possessed when she was first entropized. Her operands are supplied by the oasis, the precise amount of which is determined by the professor. With regards to the restrictions placed on her, Darkstar Hubble does not express aversion or resistance. Instead, seeming almost most humorous in her demeanor, she has very little needs for socializing, but is very intimidated to those with the permission necessary to make contact with her, especially the professor in Fresno, being cordial and talkative towards them. The pacification procedures the medical department has prepared went largely unused, but the records of her behavioral parameters drew no small amount of attention. Analysis indicates that she has attempted on many occasions to imply, insulate, or otherwise communicate a desire to enterprise to the other party. Those procedures to control Darkstar Hubble are available. One viewpoint stands fact almost the members of the medical department. Darkstar Hubble's cooperations and provided assistance comes from her own will instead of any instincts, internal restrictions. When something drastic arrives, she may very well remove her limits placed upon her through some unknown means. Oh, I smell like we will be using Hubble like a secret weapon. In any case, those are nothing more than unfounded speculations. Yeah, sure. Okay, we concluded with the voice of Darkstar Hubble.
この大型望遠鏡まだ残ってたのね。天文台と一緒に壊れちゃったのかと思ってた。まだ使えるかな。よいしょ。ほら見て。1億年前の光がやっと届いた。だけどこの光を受け取った人も1億年前に取り残されちゃうね。なんて孤独で綺麗なのかしら。でもいいの。私たちへの贈り物だと思えば。旅の終わりは当初の目的地でなくても構わない。今の光景も十分美しいでしょう。ねえ教授、仕事をこっそり抜け出して闇の中で気兼ねなく星を見に行こうよ。見つかっちゃったそれじゃあその言葉の通り私の軌道を教授に委ねようかな。あなたが疲れ切って全てを私に委ねるその時まで。
This telescope? Wow, I think that you still have it. Thought it went the way of the observatory destroyed long ago. Allow me to make some adjustments. See? Starlight from eons ago has finally arrived. Even if its original recipient has no doubt ceases to be many years ago. Forlorn, yet so magnificent. No matter, let us receive those gifts in their place. A journey's end needs not to be was originally intended. And things are lovely as they are, no? So, will you leave behind your work here and fly away with me into the serene darkness, where we may gaze at the stars? You found me out, have you? Then we shall proceed as you desire, and continue with you leading me in my orbit, until you are tired enough to hand everything over to me. With that, we conclude Darkstar Hubble, basically a story event. Well, it's definitely an interesting how she will play in the future. But as for right now, we have other matters to attend to. So thank you for watching, listening. I wish you a good day, night, afternoon. See you more NeuroCloud.